Hello, everyone. It's me, the director of Adventure Studios, and I haven't done this kind of video in like a long time. And when I mean a long time, I mean a long time. Like, like the last video kind of like this was 2021, last year. But today is a very special occasion in that I have a special guest back. Here's my special guest. You can come out, special guest. Special guest. Special guest, you may come now. Special guest.
Hey.
Well, here he is. It's Justin. He has returned, everyone, after like how long, Justin? A year, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, well, first of all, before I start this, I'm gonna ask him like maybe like 3 questions that I thought of in my mind. So, number 1, what was your favorite country to be in?
My favorite country while traveling. Again, I feel this is going to be completely biased based off of my personal experiences and how much family, and that would be Belgium. I feel like the reason I say that is a biased answer is because I'm there with family, right? So as you know,
Yeah.
family tends to spoil you when you visit. So
Yeah.
again, I feel like that is a biased answer. But if you want a non-biased answer, I would have to say either Costa Rica or Turkey.
Yeah. So, so the second question is, what was your favorite food
My favorite food. The
in the
thing is,
trip?
in lots of these countries, especially in Central and South America, there was not a whole lot of options. Most of
Uh-huh.
the food always consists of the very same. It's always rice, beans, with
Yeah.
either then chicken, fish, or beef. So
True.
or sometimes even pork, depending on it. So there's not a whole lot of options because it would be either that every day or burgers or pizza. So there wasn't a whole lot of options to eat. In the Middle East, though, when we went to Jordan, Turkey, and Georgia, there was a lot more options. So my favorite food would probably have to go toward Turkey, Jordan, and Georgia. They had the best food.
And then this is gonna probably be the last question, and then we'll start. Is let's us think. How about what country would you visit again?
Which country would I visit again? Well, I definitely know Peru and Bolivia would definitely be 2 of them I would visit. I definitely want to visit Turkey again sometime. That was very enjoyable. And probably Costa Rica.
Yeah. So we're gonna start the thing now. So those are the questions. That was all for the questions. So then we also have some. So as you probably have heard, we're producing a new film next year around summertime of 2023, and it's going to be the sequel of the first film that we've done, me and Justin here, Stranded Survival. So you probably remember Stranded Survival with like William and Chris. Well, these 2 characters are coming back. They're making a return, a debut again. And it's going to be new characters, so it's going to be quite a bit more. And
Yep, we're going to be having an all new cast for this one.
there's going to be dinosaurs. Some things may have changed. You probably remember I talked about Compy death, but in my mind, my sister was like in my mind I was like, that would be kind of hard to do. So that scene has been changed to a Dilophosaurus. So you'll see that scene in the final cut of the movie. So
And also, since there will be different people, but also this will be one of our more bigger films. Because we've worked on this together, this will be a bigger film with 9 people in the cast. So there will be a lot more action, a lot more fighting, and a lot more suspense.
And this film, because this hasn't happened in like two or three of the films, there is going to be gore in this movie, so be prepared for that. There's going to
Yep,
be
we
some,
will. That we. I mean, we will put a warning in the beginning of the film of the fan film, but
or
also
even
for
in the
some of
description. So
yeah. So, but because of that, anyone who is of younger viewing, unfortunately, if it does get age restricted, we are sorry for that. We don't control what YouTube does. They
yeah,
so heads up for that. For the younger viewers, you
yeah,
might not be able to watch it.
yeah. So and believe it or not, Justin right now is actually wearing a one of his outfits in the movie. It's gonna be a scene. I won't tell you what it is, but it's gonna appear in a scene like early
But you'll see
on.
it. You'll definitely know. You'll definitely notice when I'm. You'll definitely notice it because it's kind of hard to miss the red and green.
Yeah, and then this film, uh, the katana is making a return in this film too. So
Yes.
people that love seeing the katana in action in in the second movie, Chaos, is coming back. That same
But this
katana.
one will also. We will also be bringing back the
The shoot, sorry, everyone, it froze for a sec, and it should be coming back. Hello. Okay, sorry, what we were saying.
Oh yeah, sorry, my internet's not the best, but this since I managed to have some knives, there'll be a lot more slashing and stabbing action. So
Yeah.
yay!
So believe it or not, I actually have a picture of my costume in the next movie. So, uh, where easy. Let's see. Let us say what it is because I know definitely it's somewhere here. Where is it? It should be somewhere here, but definitely. Uh, um. Well, I, I can't find it right now, but in the later, you'll probably see a picture of it here in the side of the screen here. When I edit this, so you're gonna be able to see it. So right now you can't see it, but you'll see it. But and also there's gonna be like a whole bunch of new dinosaurs. So
Whole lot of new dinosaurs, whole lot of new cast members. This is definitely going to be one of our biggest films, and
uh-huh.
this one we've estimated will be probably around almost an hour and 30 minutes. So this will not only be our biggest movie, but also our longest one.
Yeah, that is very true. And then of course we have you probably well of course Chaos Jurassic World Prehistoric Peril is gonna be an hour, like Justin said here. And a thing about it is I'll try, but I will try to make the special effects better because you probably remember the first film, the dinosaurs didn't look too great.
Yeah, and we realized within our first few films we did make some mistakes, but you need to also remember we are not big budget people, so we
Uh-huh.
cannot exactly pay with for professional gear and all that, and we don't have access to CGI, and we don't have access to very good CGI or puppetry, so
Yeah,
we are doing the best we can with what we have.
yeah,
So for people who like in the comments are like, oh, it doesn't look that good, or oh, there's this and that, you need to remember that we are not a big movie company, so we cannot
no,
we're doing the best we can with what we have on hand.
yeah,
So keep that in mind with this one, that we are trying our best to make it look better, but that doesn't mean it is going to be better, but we are going to try our best. Because with the first and second one, we actually watched back our films, and we notice the mistakes that we make, and we try then for the next one we do that so then we don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
But sometimes it still happens, so you always need to keep that in mind, that we cannot control everything,
Yes.
and we don't have like millions of dollars to spend
No.
to get good gear, so we are doing the best we can.
Yes. So like one of those mistakes you probably noticed was the basket.
Yes,
The baskets appeared several times in the first film. Me and Justin noticed this, and I was like, "No, like
yes,
no."
we unfortunately realized that, but by then it's of course too late because
Yeah,
it's already on YouTube for you guys to see. And
yeah.
for any of you who have watched, you also probably noticed the white basket. So we will try our best to
uh,
not have any basket or excess material on the screen.
yeah. So another thing is the script for this movie is the longest script I've ever written. It's like the longest, longer than Stranded Survival, like on record. Like this one is
So
long,
yeah,
very long script.
as you can see, our director put a lot of time and effort into the. He definitely. Honestly, I'm always amazed with how he comes up with these scripts. It's honestly always amazing how he does it. So, round of applause to the director.
Well, a new era. I mean, Prehistoric Peril is not going to be the final one. The final one will be a new era. There's not going to be. I'm not going to tell too much about that, but it's going to be in a film in the future that will happen, and it will have hybrids. That's all I can tell you. So
So yeah, apparently, these dinosaur companies will never learn their lessons about not making hybrids.
yeah, and of course, I'll just give a little spoiler. The dinosaur has a little bit of the dinosaur from the third season of the Camp Cretaceous Netflix series, Jurassic World Netflix series. If you probably remember, if you've ever watched Camp Cretaceous, there's like this hybrid dinosaur with like poisonous spikes, and it leaps in the air, and it's like crazy. So
And if not, you should watch it. It's honestly amazing. I've watched it myself as well, and I honestly love it.
and of course, well, then of course there's not that is not the then a new era. Well, of course it's not going to be the only film. We're not going to just do Jurassic World films, just for you guys to know. Just for you guys to know. We're not just going to do that. Don't worry, there'll be other stuff.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. We love the Jurassic World series, but there's only so much we can do with them. With the Jurassic World film, with Jurassic Park films, there's only so much we can do. So we eventually will start venturing off into other movie genres. So those of you who also like other movies other than the Jurassic Park series, don't worry, we do plan on making other ones.
Yeah.
Just not at the moment. We'll probably do it later on in the future.
Uh-huh.
So don't worry, we will get to those ones, just not right now.
Yep. And this this film might happen in the future. I don't know when it will happen, but I was almost planning, like I'm telling my friend now, that we could film. Like I told him last time, a Jurassic Park film, because most of the time we've been doing Jurassic World films. So like most of you OG Jurassic trilogy fans are like, what about the original films? And I'm like, you might be thinking that, and I'm like, right now I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a film based off like the original Jurassic Park film, taking place around the same time as Jurassic Park 1, but with like different new characters in
Yeah,
the
so
old park.
don't worry, trilogy fans. We do hear you. We know what you're thinking. We will get to them, just not yet. But don't worry, we understand you, and we understand your concern about not mentioning the trilogies. But don't worry,
Yeah,
we acknowledge the trilogies, and we're gonna do them.
yeah. So besides the Jurassic stuff, where at one point we will also do a Transformers Bayverse movie that takes place around between Transformers 1 and Revenge of the Fallen. So
Yes.
so you Transformer fans, that if you Transformer fans, if you really like Transformers, then you should see that film whenever we do it.
And it's going to be fun. We've also talked about maybe doing also some other off-brand films. We've talked about maybe doing an Indiana Jones film. We don't know yet, but we've been talking about it. So any Indiana Jones fans who watch this, don't worry. We've got you. We plan on doing one. And another one we've discussed is a type of zombie apocalypse film. So we won't tell you how we're gonna do it or what the zombies are gonna be like. You'll have to find out and watch it yourself.
But a little leak, I'm not going to tell much about that one, but it's not going to be zombies. It's going to be a different type of like apocalypse.
Yeah,
Something fluffy with paws and stuff like that, ears.
yeah. We say I say that in loose terms, zombie apocalypse, because it's basically like a zombie apocalypse, considering you can get infected and you continue to spread it, much in a way a zombie apocalypse works. So that's why I use that in a very loose term, the word zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, and then of course, also you probably I don't we've never told you this, but there was this film that was being planned way before Stranded Survival was even thought of, and we call that Jurassic Shifters.
Yeah, the theory behind just a little hint for that. The theory behind that was humans got um injected with dinosaur DNA, allowing them to shapeshift into different dinosaurs, which is how we came up with the term Jurassic Shifters. So that was one of the first movies we ever thought of and ever discussed about, way before Stranded Survival was even a thought in our mind. That
Mhm.
was the very first one we had thought of and came up with. So we hope to eventually get to do that film. It will
Yes.
probably be one of our more difficult films because we'll have to
Mhm.
find a way of how to do that,
Mhm.
but it will definitely probably be our most fun film.
Yes. And then, of course, for you Back to the Future fans, we're also going to do a part five because you probably have seen my part four movie, and it was actually the fun fact. It was my very first fan film ever, my very first film, like that my very first fan film. Like in reality, it was actually my very first official film because most of the time before that, I just played around with iMovie and did like goofy little videos with my sister and stuff like that. So that movie was actually the very first, like the starting point of Adventure Studios.
So yeah, and you guys are wondering about other stuff. One thing that we have discussed is we might release some videos around Christmas time. Mind you, it will be posted on the director's previous channel, which we will put off to the side over here.
Yep.
A link to his
Yep.
uh other video.
Yeah, Adventure Studios Lego. So you'll
So we will be building a Lego set. So if you want to see that, it will be coming out around in December. So keep that in mind, folks, because it's coming and it's gonna be fun.
and I won't tell you what Lego set it is, but it's an original. It's based off an original film.
We can tell you it's gonna be big.
Yeah, the box is around this big. I think it's about
And
this big.
if you do watch, you will be seeing us in our pajamas because we will probably be spending the entire day just chilling around. So if you want to see us in outfits, pajama outfits, keep watching.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that. You can set notifications in your calendar if you want around December. We'll probably be doing it around Christmas time, around December 25th,
Yeah.
maybe toward the New Year's time. So do keep that in mind. It will be
Uh-huh.
around that time. It's a rough time period estimate. We don't
Uh-huh.
know when exactly we can do it around then, but it will be coming out around then. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Yes. So we've also got here. So this is one of my binders with like comics in here. Like a lot of the time, if you don't know, behind the scenes, a lot of the times I'm drawing comics, but I've always wanted to turn comics into like stuff. Like most of my comics, they have like transformation stories. So we might do animal transformation stories. So a lot of the time, so there's like this ichthyosaur transformation story, and this is like one of the one. It was a pretty old comic here, but
Yeah. Oh,
and
and for those of you who not necessarily bloopers, but if you like behind the scenes specials, and if you also remember the second film we did with my character who fell and accidentally bumped his rear end along the ground,
yeah,
which you will notice if you do, especially watch the behind the scenes for that. With this film that we're going to be doing, we are going to exclusively have in the credit area around the credit time. We are going to be having bloopers, which is where we might
uh-huh.
have mess ups or funny moments, which we will then specifically put into the blooper reel
Yeah,
for all of you guys to enjoy and to laugh at us for.
yeah. Well, a lot of these comics here, look, these. I know what you guys are thinking. These are not furries, okay? Let me tell this you guys straight. These are not furries. These are humanoid animals. Like many of the stories are humans that get these abilities to become like humanoid animals. Especially this comic I've been doing recently, and I might bring that character to life. It's called Frost the Robo Husky. He's basically a cyborg humanoid husky, basically a guy. And then he gets into an accident, and then he gets like a Iron Man like thing on his chest, and he can transform into a cyborg humanoid husky, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then we might do this one day, a Jaws fan film, but that will be kind of hard. That might happen, you Jaws fans out there. So
Honestly, okay, Jaws fans, I'm one of them. I'm one of you guys. I love the film. I honestly spend most of the time actually watching the film, actually laughing most of the time because of how fake the shark always looks. When we do it, we will try our best to make it look more realistic, to make it more terrifying for all of you watching.
yeah, basically. And then we might also do like some, trying to think here. We might also do some disaster films, if you know what disaster films are, like films like 2012 or Poseidon or
Yeah,
Dante's Peak.
for all of you who like natural disaster films, we will see what we can do and see if we can try to do a film with that.
Yeah.
We don't know what disaster we'll do, but we'll try to do one.
Well, there is one in mind. It's like almost like a, how do I call it? A rogue planet coming to hit Earth, and they have to escape Earth. So that movie might come. That might happen. And then of course we have another another thing basically that we kind of have an idea for is good old, I don't know. We might do a Home Alone film. Who knows? I did a Home Alone film once, but it was with my dog. So who knows?
Of
But
course, we won't make the pranks as dangerous or deadly as they do with the original Home Alone films. Because trust me, if we did, we would probably be coming out with a lot of black eyes and broken bones.
yeah. So and then maybe the last thing I want to say is uh there's like this idea for like some ideas for stuff. Like I don't know about this, but many of you Roblox fans would, if you've probably heard of the game Rainbow Friends. I don't know if Justin knows about Rainbow Friends. Hi. So there's Michaela.
Yeah, there's a special invite from Michaela.
And then basically, if you've probably heard about Rainbow Friends, it's basically this game that you have go into this facility and you have to survive these googly-eyed monsters that walk around the facility. You need to survive for 5 nights, kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, but not really. So we might do that, you Roblox fans. We might do some, which might turn some Roblox games into movies. So stay tuned for that too.
Yeah.
So it was nice talking with you guys,
Yeah.
and have a good day.
Yeah. Have a good day, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
You're